What CAF just took as decision in this Morocco-Senegal back and forth might just be what damages the trust African teams and fans have in the federation. Tuesday, 17th March, CAF released a statement saying they are cancelling the victory of Senegal and awarding it to Morocco, as well as stating the sanctions they gave to the Moroccans. And ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing just about this. Let's talk about it. This is the report, and I'm your host, Enongene Doris. But before getting to the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out any of our subsequent videos. So where can I start from? Morocco versus Senegal. Now this match was a match that broke records. I mean, everybody in Africa was onto this match. It was the match that put coined Africa against Morocco. And for good reasons too, because the match had a lot of foul play, mostly from the side of Morocco.
Before the game even started, they reported Morocco to the Confederation of African Football. The day before the final, Senegal arrive, but no security. The players have to push their way through the crowds. Ahead of a huge final, where are they training? In Morocco's complex. They get a pitch, and Morocco can see their tactics. So they tell the African Confederation, we're not training there. Before the game even kicked off, they were unhappy with how things were going. But that was just the start of it. 94th minute, they thought they had won it. Second Hakimi, jostling for the ball. Nothing really in it, but Hakimi loses his balance, goes down. Sek wins the header, Senegal end up scoring. But VAR say, nah, we're not having that. 0-0, no goal. And then 2 minutes later, Diouf on Brahim Diaz. Arm round his shoulder, maybe gives him a little pull. Brahim Diaz goes with it, falls into it. Diouf wins the header, Morocco say penalty. The ref says penalty. Senegal's manager, see you later then, we ain't playing. Players, get off the pitch. So the Senegalese team, they head back to the dressing room. We're not playing. See, it was their treatment before the game, decisions in the match, they had had enough. But Mane says, let's come back on. If a team refuses to return to the pitch, the ref can just abandon the game. Morocco get the win. Of course, Brahim Diaz steps up to take it, kisses the ball, means it. He's going to win it for his country. Mendy tries to get in his head, but Brahim Diaz steps up with a Panenka. Mendy doesn't even really move, just catches it. Thanks a lot for that, Brahim. Brahim Diaz afterwards doesn't seem massively upset. People are thinking, has he done that on purpose? Tells his manager something, so no one can lip read it. But are you really going to kiss a ball before you take it in a major tournament and go and miss it? The manager's job's on the line. He's been told if you don't win this game, you're out the door. And then extra time starts. Senegal go 1-0 up. Brahim Diaz gets subbed off. Tears start coming, and then Senegal win the match.
Okay guys, so when I heard about the change in the winners that CAF had decided to take it from Senegal and give back to Morocco, I was thinking, why are they doing that? Then, okay, I was like, okay, fine, it makes sense. Like the players left mid-pitch, and according to, apparently it's the law, Article 84, that says that players are not supposed to do that. It's disrespectful to the game or whatever. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Then I was like, okay, I'm sure they also sanctioned the players from Morocco as well, because there was sort of foul play on their side. And so I was talking to my friend, I was like, yeah, of course they sanctioned the players. And I was thinking, okay, fine, I want to report about this, because I think both sides have learned, even though I still felt it was unjust considering everything that Senegal had to go through. But then, ladies and gentlemen, I went and read the official statement that was released by the CAF, and that is where I changed my mind, because there was nothing just about the way the sanctions were given. And that's what we're going to look into today. So I'm going to be reading the article that was released by CAF on their official website, and you are going to be looking with me and maybe judging by yourself. Do you feel like this is just what CAF decided? So let's get into it. So we have on the official CAF side, they released this statement, and it's titled CAF Appeal Board Media Statement, released Tuesday, 17 March 2026. And another article we have the Confederation Africaine de Football Appeal Board decided today that in application of the Article 84 of the regulations of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, the Senegal national team is declared to have forfeited the final match of the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations, with the result of the match being recorded as 3-0 in favor of the Fédération Royale Marocaine de Football, like the French and English things. So it further on goes to say that on the appeal by the FROMF regarding the application of Articles 84 and 82 and 84 of the regulations of CAF African Cup of Nations, the CAF Appeal Board made the following rulings. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, pay attention. We're going to read each and every ruling the CAF made. First, the rulings they made regarding to Senegal, and then the rulings they made regarding to Morocco. And we're going to weigh, because say justice has to be balanced, right? First, the appeal lodged by the Fédération Rurale Marocaine de Football is declared admissible in form, and the appeal is upheld. Okay. Second, they say the CAF disciplinary board decision is set aside. Next, they say the CAF appeal board further finds that the conduct of the Senegal team falls within the scope of Articles 82 and 84 of the regulations of the African Cup of Nations. And then they say the protest lodged by the Fédération Rurale Marocaine de Football is upheld. Again, all of these, I didn't really have much a problem with. Like, I saw the injustice in the match itself. There was sort of foul play on the side of Morocco towards Senegal. And you can say, okay, it's bad that the Senegal had to go through all this, but if there's a law that is stating that, I think looking back into history, I tried to check maybe other instances where something like this had happened, where because players left the field, they later took away the win. And I think this is like the first ever case in a very big match like this, like we're talking a continental cup. So this is the first case that I've seen online. I've not seen another case, but more in the local and like club-like matches, you have had cases like this. It's not a very popular scenario of them changing victories, but it has happened. So I was thinking, okay, maybe there's always a first for things. Even though this is not a very good example for a first, I was thinking, okay, it's fine. But then, keep reading. It says, it's declared that the Fédération Sénégalaise de Football, through the conduct of his team, infringed Article 82 of the regulations of the Africa Cup of Nations. In the application of Article 84 of the regulations of the Africa Cup of Nations, the Senegal team is declared to have forfeited the match, with the result recorded as 3-0 in favor of the Fédération Rurale Marocaine de Football. All other motions or prayers for relief are dismissed. Again, am I happy about it? No. Do I understand it? Kinda. Now we move on to the case of Morocco, ladies and gentlemen, where CAF is trying to sanction Morocco. Let's read about it. So it says the CAF appeal board also ruled that the appeal lodged in respect to Mr. Ismail Sabari, that's player number 11 of Morocco national team, is partially upheld. Okay, just right there. Just right there. You know, all through our reading about Senegal, I was saying, oh, what Senegal did was bad. They have infringed on this law and this law. So everything that was appealed by Morocco upheld. Suddenly, the very first appeal we're getting on the case of Senegal partially upheld on the. I don't know, is it me? I'm a bit riled up today because let's move on. It says the CAF appeal board confirms the finding of Mr. Ismail Sabari, player number 11 of the Morocco national team, committed misconduct in violation of Articles 82 and 83 of the CAF disciplinary code. So they are saying that this player have confirmed his misconduct in violation of the Articles 82 and 83. But still, the sanction on him is partially upheld. Like, make it make sense. If you are going to be giving full sanctions on one end and giving partial sanctions on one end, are you not being partial? Okay, that is me. Let's continue reading. Maybe that's the only case of partial sanctions. Okay. It goes on to say the sanction imposed on Mr. Ismail Sabari, player number 11 of the Morocco national team, is amended to a suspension of 2 official matches, of which 1 match is suspended. So normally they had to suspend it from 3 matches, but then they were like, no, we're going to reduce it to 2. Again, let's move ahead. It says the fine of $100,000 imposed on Mr. Ismail Sabari, that's the player number 11 of Morocco national team, is set aside. How is this not partial? How is this not partial? How is this not unjust? That they can confirm that this player in question, Mr. Ismail, again, I'm not so much to football, but this match really got me because I saw the way it brought Africans together. The fact that they understand Morocco had obviously been, how can I put it? I'm looking for the right word. Would I say had been tortured by Senegal on the field, had been tortured by the referees that were officiating the match, and they were definitely being unjust to Morocco. So Africans came up together and like, this is wrong. And obviously Morocco was on the wrong, and Senegal obviously had been treated badly. So when I was looking at this case and now looking into what we are seeing here, It just shows that it left from the field and went into the offices in the judgment. Because you cannot tell me that you're going to be very strict about the Article 82 and 84 that the Senegals apparently they went against. But then when it comes to this player in Morocco that went against two other articles, I say Article 82 and 83, we're going to be partial about it. Okay, we're going to take away the sanction, the financial fee that was placed. We're going to reduce the matches that he had to be sanctioned from to 2 instead of 3. And then you're going to be like, we're not being partial. Again, breathing. Let's keep up. It says the appeal lodged in respect of the ball boys incident is partially upheld. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, in the field while they were playing the Senegal-Moroccan match, there was a case where the ball boys kept on taking away the towel of the Senegal goalkeeper. And it was not just once, like severally happened. They've done to other matches as well. I think they also did their match with Nigeria, but they did this also with the case with their match against Senegal. And that was causing a lot of distraction in the field, especially the goalkeeper side. He has to be paying attention to the match, but then he has to be fighting of these ball boys from taking away his towel. So that actually definitely foul play. Now, they say the appeal lodged in respect to the ball boys instead is partially upheld. Again, partially upheld. We are not giving full sanctions to Morocco, is all I'm saying here. When it concerns Senegal, yeah, full sanctions. They left the pitch, even though they were obviously fouled. I don't know if you can put it that way. There was foul play involved when it concerns Senegal, but no. We're going to give partial sanctions to Morocco and fully sanction Senegal, the team that was harmed in the match. But let's move ahead. It says the CAF appeal board confirms the finding that the Fédération Royale Marocaine de Football is responsible for the conduct of the ball boys during the aforementioned match. So they are saying, okay, this federation is responsible for the action of the ball boys, so they are going to sanction the federation for the action of the ball boys. I have to breathe. Further goes on to say the fine imposed on the Fédération Royale Marocaine de Football in respect of the ball boys incident is reduced to 50,000. Again, we are getting this word again when it concerns Morocco. Reduced. It's reduced. They reduced. In fact, they didn't reduce the other. They just uplifted the case for Mr. Ismail Sadiri. Now they have reduced the sanction for the ball boys who repeatedly took away the towel of the Senegalese goalkeeper. And we have to say this is not partial. Okay, let's go on. It says the appeal lodged in respect of the interference around the VAR review area is dismissed. Excuse me. They are dismissing the appeal concerning the people interfere with the view area, the VAR view area. Like, how is this right in any way? If we are going to sit down and accept the fact that Senegal is going to lose this victory per se on paper because we know they won it. If they are going to lose this victory on paper, at least the sanctions given to the Moroccans should make sense. You cannot be dismissing people interfering with the goalkeeper's tower, people having misconduct on the field, and then interfering with the VAR area and say, well, it's not so much. We're going to give them partial sanctions. We're going to take away the sanctions. We're going to dismiss some sanctions. Already very crazy on my side, okay? Then it goes to say the fine. Then it goes to say the fine of $100,000 imposed on the Fédération Royale Marocaine de Football. Again, this French thing is killing me. On the Fédération Royale Marocaine de Football in respect of the interference around the VAR view area is confirmed. So they have fined it. I don't understand. They said the appeal lodged in respect to interference is dismissed, but still the fine imposed on them being around the view area is confirmed. Dismissing the appeal lodged but confirming the fine. Like, I don't know if I'm the person that is just missing these legal terms. If I'm missing the legal terms, please comment down in the comment section below. Maybe it's just me not getting this words right because they are using a lot of grammar to speak the same thing. That is, just being biased towards Senegal. But then again, they are saying they have confirmed the fine when it concerns the interference with the view area, the VAR view area, but still the appeal lodged in respect to the interference. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so I finally get it. So the appeal that was launched by Morocco when it concerns the VAR view area was dismissed. I'm glad I could clear that up. Then they have given the fine with regards to that. So finally, we say the appeal lodged in respect of the laser incident is partially upheld. Again, partially upheld because they cannot uphold anything fully when it concerns Morocco. We are talking about a case where on the field, people were pointing lasers into the eyes of the players. obviously distracting, obviously altering in a way the course of the match, and something very irritating that I think anybody might think, you know what, if they don't want us on this field, if they are going to be very disrespectful in the way they treat our goalkeepers, in the way they treat our players, in the way the referee even handles the match, why are we here? Okay, so I understand why Senegal felt like leaving the match. I'm glad they came back and played and won in grand style, I should say. But then again, all these offenses against the Senegal team, totally valid reasons for them to leave. But then again, when it comes to upholding Morocco to the standard of justice, it just seems CAF doesn't have the guts, doesn't wear the pants when it concerns particular issue. And the final statements I'll get to say the fine imposed on the Fédération Rurale Marocaine de Football in respect to the later incidents is reduced to $10,000. And lastly, they said all other motions on prayers for relief are dismissed. So let me get this straight. In a match that was obviously sketchy, where we found one team, Morocco, doing foul play after foul play, interfering with the goalkeeper, interfering with the players, the referee, many people came up and said, I mean, we have videos, people talking about how the referee was being unjust in his rulings of the match. We have people interfering with the VAR view area. We have people interfering with lasers, pointing lasers to the eyes of the team players. Then we have the Senegal team be like, no, what, we're fed up about this. They're not treating us right yet, and nobody is trying to put some order into this match. They stepped out of the match. But then we had their very, very, very great captain, Sadio Mane, who came out, was like, you know what, let's get back to the field, let's play this. And he, I think, was the hero of the day because they finally won that in grand style, 1-0. They got the cup, and now we're having 59 days after the CAF is like, you know what, we are going to take back that cup from you guys, even though you guys were totally wronged in this field because you guys did not respect to Articles 82 and 84. But this other team, all the foul play they did, we are going to partially hold them to all the standards of the same law and give you full pressure on. Like, how is this football? Because honestly, I've never understood the hype so much of football because I'm not much of a football fan. There, I watch matches from here and there. Most times I'm just watching for Cameroon playing. But I've always admired the fact that football followed the rules. Like, when you watch people talking about this match, when I watch people talk about these matches, they're like, oh, there's offside and all of that. They know all the rules, like there is rules that the football plays by, and that's why people love the game. So if we're going to find a case where a team can feel that they can do all this foul play on another team and still not be held to the full standard or the full wrath of their actions, why should anybody respect the CAF Federation? Why should anybody respect their decisions? Why should anybody take football seriously again if this is what they're trying to show us is football now in Africa? Like, honestly, guys, I think you can see that I'm a bit taken aback by all of this because I'm really this upset by in any of my episodes. But this actually is very open injustice by an entire federation. And it's not just injustice per se on one country. It's an entire country that came together and realized that this country been wronged. But yet this federation decided to side with the country that wronged. And now we're just supposed to sit down and understand that, okay, what was somehow as our console, what somehow consoled us in this match was the fact that Senegal won. And now we have to give back that trophy. I'm saying we, I can't understand now when people say that we lost the match. Oh my God. And now we have to give back that trophy to Morocco and watch Morocco not take full account for all its actions, all in the same. I'm supposed to say that, oh, we should trust CAF as a federation to uphold the football laws and regulations. I'm not even a football fan, but I'm pissed. I don't even think how football, like proper football fans are feeling right now. Because I remember after the match taking place, I was having this discussion with some of my friends that are like big football fans. They were so upset about all the foul play that was going on, but their only relief was the fact that at least Senegal took back the cup home. It's like they gave Senegal that cup to take home just to die down the tension, because if they had made a decision that day that Senegal, after the match had finished, if they had taken the victory and given back to Morocco, there should have been a riot. But I think they took out these 59 days just so that the tension can calm down. I don't think it takes that much time to release an article like this if they already had their minds made up, if they were so serious about their articles and their laws and all. For me, it was a tactic. Okay, I think they just did it so that people can calm down and not think about all the foul play that was done by Morocco, so you can give Morocco breathing space. Then now to come 59 days later and say, well, you know what, now that you're calm, let's take back that trophy and give it back to Morocco, and not sanction them enough for all the foul play they did in the match. But at the end of the day, what is done is done. This is the organization in charge of the Football Federation in Africa. So if they have put this decision out, there's nothing much that the teams, the Africans that are being upset online, and the players, the Senegal players, and all the other officials that are not happy with this decision can say about it. They have made that decision, but I would like to say that the federation should not find it weird if later on down the line people don't trust their judgment. People don't trust their decisions. You don't trust them to be fair in the game. All these games, all these elected games with football, whatever, are built on the fact that there is discipline. Discipline is a core value in every sport. And if you're going to take away discipline or be biased in the way you discipline people, they can no longer trust as a federation to handle a sport like this. That's just me speaking. All right, I'm not a football expert. I've played it a few times, not too good at it, but I try. I'd like to hear from football experts itself in the comment section below, and maybe those who feel like, you know what they did was right. It's a free space. We're here to discuss and dialogue about this. Comment in the comment section down below. I'll be there to read the comments. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have to go and drink some water and cool myself down. I'm kind of heated up from today's episode. But that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Please drop your comments in the comment section below. And please, before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe to this little channel we're trying to build. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, guys. Please help us get 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you in the next episode. For now, bye. Oh my God, I need that water. I've ranted for Africa. Now let's go for the jugular.